Hey guys, figured I would give you a little rundown on how I go about filling this monstrosity of a desk/computer. First off, excuse the mess. My office is destroyed right now as I'm getting this all set up, but the folding table with my current system down there. We'll get out of here and I have some new furniture and stuff that'll be coming in here, but anyway, thought I'd give you a quick rundown on this. So basically how it's working, so here I have a bucket, about 2 gallons worth of water. It's currently been pre-mixed with the EKWB cryofuel coolant concentrate. So about 4 of these for every 1 gallon worth of water. So currently in here I have 8 of these and 2 gallons of water. This should get me pretty close to filling the desk up. I may have to mix another half gallon or so to top it off, but we'll see. So in here, down at the bottom, the black thing is a pump. It's just a like 300 to 500 gallon per hour pond pump I picked up from hardware store for about 50 bucks. So that has this clear tube here, runs in and is going through one of the drain tubes into, in this case, the CPU loop. Just going through there. So that's the inner 2 pipes along this top section. And come back down to this side. Sorry for the bad light in here too, by the way. I'm working on all that still too. But yeah, so it goes through one radiator, comes back into here, and then on this end I have another hose. This is going to actually run back into the bucket. The reason why I have this here is this is the quickest way to get all the air out of the system. So I'll open this valve here and let it clear all the air out as it's filling with water. And then once it gets close to being full, or once basically the amount of coolant coming out of this hose back into the bucket matches the amount of coolant going in, that means most of the air is cleared on the lower half, other than basically this reservoir here in the top section of the radiator. So I'll close this off, and then I have these little just twist off air bleed holes. So there's 6 of them total on the system, 3 per loop. But yeah, so I can open that up, and that'll push all the air up through here and allowing this thing to fill. Then I'll close it off on both sides. Shut the main valve here, letting the water in. Let it sit for a second, and then flick on the power supply, which is set to just run the pumps right now on both sides. I have the outside pumps unplugged, so it's just going to be the inside pumps. And then to control all this, to make it easy, I have a little foot switch here. Basically, put my foot down on that, it starts the pump, and then when I'm ready for it to stop, I just let my foot off, and it goes from there. So, yeah, that's basically how this works. I will try to hold the camera as long as I can. At some point I'll have to set it down because I need 2 hands, but we'll see how this goes. So I want to go ahead and open this loop here. I'm going to double check that all the bleed valves are closed. And on the back side here I do have, sorry again, really bad video. There's actually 4 more drain valves here. Maybe I'll see it better on this side. And 4 more on this side. Again, sorry about the bad lighting. That one closed, that one closed, that one closed, and that one closed. Cool. So yeah, we're ready to do this. So I hold this out for now just to make sure the air goes out and it doesn't splash this because it's really, really full. But basically push down on the pump or on the pedal and the pump will start running. Close the water again. that actually seems pretty good. So I'll set the camera down for a second. Close this. Open this top one up here. Can't see it right now, but I'm opening one of the other bleed valves. Let the air out. Close that down. Close this to make sure no air back in. So basically what I just did, close this valve, so that locks it in place so no more air can make it in. And then same over here. This end is closed. This is closed up here, and a little bit of water leaking out over here, just from this bleed valve. Should put a paper towel underneath it, but you can see it. So this one's full, and this one over here is also full. And just double check this one. Good, not leaking. Last time I filled it, I didn't actually have this one screwed in all the way, and I came back after filling the whole thing, and it had leaked out a lot, which actually completely filled this all up, which really sucked. So, now that that's done, do a real quick once over, make sure there's no leaks anywhere. These are the stupid unions that always having a problem with. And can't tell if it's just my hand already wet, but this one actually feels a little bit. I can't tell. I'm gonna check that one later. Yeah, those all feel good. No leaks down there. It's up there. It's there. That was just residual water. No leaks there. Cool, I think we're good. So now we're going to go ahead and turn on the main water pumps for the system, both sides. Move a bunch of air out. Do it again. Doing short little bursts because, as you can see, the amount of air coming out over on that side, it's a lot, and I'm trying to make it so it doesn't go back through the pump and back into the radiator. So what I'm going to do this time is as soon as I shut this off, I'm going to open the valve and let some of that air out. So that's helped. And it evened it out on the other side now actually as well. So we're gonna run it for a few more seconds. So no more air is coming out of the system. So the next step now is to get this cap back on. There we go. And then basically what I'm going to do now, and I have to use both hands for this, so I'm going to leave the camera here, but what I'm going to do next is run the big pump, pulling the water out of the tank, or out of the bucket. And I'm going to crack just this top section as I do that. And that will force more water in, more air out, until I get just basically solid water coming out of here. And then I'll run the big pump again, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so that one's good there. Close the valve, turn off the pump. And then I'll do the same thing to the other side. Let's make paper towels handy. Go. Cool, so you can see the water level went up. So that's good. That's what I'm looking for. Now we're going to run the big pumps again. Or the computer pumps. So you can see a lot less bubbles this time around. Shut it off. And we're going to repeat that same process again. So big pump on, open the valve, open this valve. Just getting some pure water there, so that's cool, so I'll do it one more time. So far, we're looking pretty good. So we got some little bubbles in there. At this point, we're just going to have to run the thing and we'll clear out as best as we can. I can hear a little bit of air in the radiator. It's not much, just a little bit. But that's kind of to be expected. These pumps aren't running at full 100% yet. They're running only at about 60. Because there's no PWM signal. So once I get them up to 100, it should be enough to push the rest of the air out of there. Let's shut these off. And just get water still up top. Cool, so now basically just let it sit there for a little bit and let all the big bubbles, or these little micro bubbles, settle out. I'll do that while I fill up the other side, and then it's just a matter of waiting for the air to kind of clear itself out and then topping off a little bit as it goes, using the same process as the, turn on the pump in the bucket and then open up these top bleeders on each side, fill in the water pressure up, and then hit it, let it go. So yeah, that's basically how you fill this thing. So I'm just going to do the same thing again on the outside loop for the GPUs. And then we should be in business here pretty shortly. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.